Nothing feels more freeing than quitting your job, really. But then like the next day you're like, well, how do I pay for everything? I mean, for me, if you're doing something creative, you gotta like make sure it doesn't start feeling like a job. Young and Menace is a true example of that. The beginning of Fall Out Boy, there was like no vision, really. You know, like it was kind of like play fast and break everything. We've gone way too fast for way too long, and we were never supposed to make it half this far. I lived so much life that I think God is gonna have to kill me twice. You get to do this one time, you know, you gotta have the best journey that you can have, you know? And I think that that's important, you know, to remember. Kill me twice, like my name is Nicky Six. The whole line together is like supposed to be, it's like a double entendre. Like Nicky Six also like literally died. There's this guy in the 90s that like impersonated him, got all of his tattoos. There was an era in Motley Crue where Nicky was too fucked up and they took him out of Motley Crue, and this guy was Nicky Six for like 2 years. Nicky was like, I had to go to like court and stuff and be like, I'm Nicky Six. I woke up in my shoes again, but somewhere you exist. Singing Oops, I Did It Again. I forgot what I was losing my mind about. Definitely a Britney Spears reference. Britney can be a bit of a like mirror for our culture, you know, like where we like built her up and then tore her down. Like that's what we all go through, and she just went through it in like this, in the like most public way you can go through it. I only wrote this down to make you press rewind and send the world a message. I was young and a menace. To me, there's like an age where you have like a grown-up body, but you have like a kid brain, you know? And especially with like guys, where like every other idea you have is probably like a chaotic or bad idea. When I thought about it, the idea was like you don't fit in, it didn't fit in anywhere. And then I found like the punk rock and hardcore scene, and like it was like, oh, this is like where we all don't fit in, and we're all these like kind of like menaces or whatever. Woke up on the wrong side of reality. We live in it, man. Turn on the fucking news. There's a madness that's just coursing right through me. When I was little, I was like, my dad has it like all figured out. But then like now that I'm a dad and stuff, I'm like, I don't have it figured out really at all. And as far as the time, I'm not sure I'm there yet, but I'm certain I've arrived. We were like, you know, 20-year-olds, so we like got out of, we were like late everywhere, but like the idea is like you've arrived in the press sense, you know, like you're like, we were like on TRL, but we were like not on time anywhere. I'm just here flying off the deep end. I'm just here to become the best yet. I'm just here for the psych assessment. I'm just here for the, have I flown off the deep end? Yeah, definitely. I'd like spilled this like salad all through my car, and I was like, went insane. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like in my therapist's office, and I'm like, I'm not talking about that fucking chicken salad. Like, this lady's like not gonna know like what a crazy person I am.